It's the 14th of June, and this is your Solana Daily Debrief. In terms of crypto markets, things are down. They're not looking very healthy, but we are in this crab market, I believe. And of course, I think things will recover probably within the next few weeks. Trader Cos has this point here, BTC halving date versus a cycle top. So obviously the structure of this cycle has been different. I don't expect it to be exactly the same as previous ones. However, I don't think the cycle's already topped. My best guess would be chop for the summer, then resume up only. So this is a little bit blurry even when made big, but we can essentially see there's a certain amount of time. This is 520, 540-ish days, and we still have plenty of time to actually get into what is normally the actual bull market. Now, I don't think many people that are pretty experienced will think that the cycle has topped. It definitely hasn't, in my opinion. But people that are new maybe get a little bit scared because they're not used to things not being up only. Now, one thing with technical analysis, and I'm certainly not good with it in any way, but different traders have different things all the time. They look at the charts and they just see a different thing. This person thinks, okay, Mag thinks up we go. Other people think something entirely different. So that's why I just dollar cost average. It just makes more sense. You make more money in the long run. Now off to Meteora. So I'm going to connect my self level here, and I'm going to show you that I've got like a very small amount of funds in this pool. So I didn't change the range so that I could show you how important it is to change the range. So with the IO price, it basically went up quite high, came on down, and then it's starting to go up again. Now, because I'm in a narrow band, as I showed you yesterday, it means that if I fall out of this band, I don't actually generate any fees. Now, remember, with what I put in here was $103 or something like that, and I've just been earning fees. Nothing crazy, but I mean, this is $16 on $100. So that's one of the advantages of going in a narrow band. So because I've fallen outside of this actual band, I'm going to refresh. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to withdraw because I'm out of the range. I'm going to stop saying out of the range. We'll approve this. We get back our SOL, we get our IO, we get some USDC. And because the price fell, basically all I have right now is IO tokens because everyone that had IO tokens was selling them for USDC. So it took my USDC and it left me with IO tokens. I'm going to go and swap some IO tokens. I'm just going to do half, to be honest. Half into USDC swap. And you may have to make these changes a couple of times a day. If you want to farm Meteora, then this is what I suggest you do. And I'm probably going to be far more aggressive on this. All right, transactions completed. So now we go add position and just turn this off. Max, curve. Once again, remember in this center part, this is where the majority of the trading will be. So if you can, create a narrow band and then just check it in a couple of hours if you can. One of the advantages of using Camino Finance is they will change the bands for you. However, they don't support all pairs. Add liquidity and approve. So once this goes through, we'll have our current balance and we'll be starting to earn some fees. And what I'll do is at the very end, we'll flick back to this tab just to see what we've earned. So I keep on talking about Meteora, and these points are very, very important. I feel right now, maybe some attention on meme coins and then some attention on Meteora points would be the two major focuses. And then basically any profits would just go into maybe airdrop plays or also into staking. There's so many things you can focus on, and I actually would like to focus on everything. It's just impossible. Like even focusing on multiple blockchains or doing airdrop plays on multiple blockchains, it's quite hard. If you don't make content, if you're doing this full time, maybe you'll find some time, but in general, it's quite hard. Anyway, Solf says, how I generate 100K MET points in less than 6 hours. So as we know with MET points, and as you may need a reminder on, TVL, total value locked 1 point per $1 of TVL per day. Fees, 1,000 points per $1 of fees earned per day. So as an example, I earn $18 worth of fees. That's 18,000 points. I would like to earn a lot more than $18 worth of fees, but of course you have to put in a lot more crypto. That was basically $100 over maybe 48 hours. Now his strategy, thought IO would get higher in price, used the bid-ask strategy on DLMM pool. So I used the curve and he used bid-ask, and he set the default price range and bid on IO to rise. So the results, IO skyrocketed from $4 to $6 and closed with $120 in claimable fees, $450 in profit, and 120K MET points in less than 6 hours. ISC Labs has gone ahead and made, it's not official, but they've made a way to check your accumulated MET points. You can ping them for the link, or you can just find it in Meteora's Discord. Now on to some Jupiter news. So JUP had their live stream yesterday. and a huge amount of product updates. Now, Jupiter as a team ships more than any other team of similar size, in my opinion. And basically everyone uses Jupiter. What we have are a lot of new features either coming or already here. So instant routing, dynamic slippage. Essentially, you can set the dynamic slippage with a max slippage. That way, if you're going to a meme coin, you're sure that it can land. Now, the traffic that Jupiter actually gets, it's 20 to 30 million sessions per month. And that has more than one transaction. And that's just collected in an anonymous way. But with this data, they work out how often a transaction actually lands. Because I think like 50% of the actual transactions on Solana that are not validated transactions are from Jupiter. Token V2 list, cool, value averaging. But the thing I wanted to point out in particular is the Ape Smart Wallet. So smart wallet that apes into new coins for you, secure and safe, and a very low fee. Basically, we're in meme coin season. Meme coin season could be the entire narrative of the next year and a half. Who knows? Either way, this should be shipping in alpha really soon, maybe next week, unsure on that, but I'll show you how to use it as soon as it's out. Also, a little bit of alpha. There's not going to be any LFG votes this month. Instead, they're just focusing on shipping. However, there's going to be another Jupiter proposal. So small update on D-Bridge points. From now on, D-Bridge points will not be accrued on fees, eligible for fee rebates. So if you go with Arbitrum, I think Solana to Arbitrum, then you don't pay any fees because they give you back ARB tokens. So you're welcome to do that. Probably a worthwhile thing for maybe any future Arbitrum extra airdrops or something. But just keep in mind you're not getting any points for that. And I prefer personally that I get points over everything. Now a little bit of news regarding the staker role. So the W staker role, this is for Wormhole. It's not first come, first served. This is just the best suitable feature on Galaxy to make sure everyone can get the role. So you can still try and do this now if you want to, just so having a whole lot of bandwidth issues previously, but I think it'd be worth doing for sure. If you're having issues with this role, you can remove your Discord from Galaxy, deauthorize Galaxy bot, open your browser, log in with another method, and connect Discord again, and give this a go. MarginFi, introducing a whole new MarginFi onboarding experience. You can now on-ramp with Meteora Network, never heard of it. Bridge with D-Bridge, heard of them, and Jupiter Exchange. And then you can also hold with a couple of very seamless Web3 wallets that don't require like passphrases and things like that. Now, if you do want to check out MarginFi, go for it. Keep in mind, they still have some sort of point system. However, at present, like they haven't mentioned when a token's coming or anything like that. And their TVL has still been dropping compared to Camino's. So although I want everyone that's building something really cool in the space to do well, they still haven't basically taken care of their public relations issues of a few months ago. Ultimately, the way I think of things like Miso is as soon as there's enough third-party apps out there that can onboard people into crypto or off-ramp them as well in a very seamless way, that's when I think we're going to reach this kind of stage of critical mass almost. Or at least the point where it's very easy to get your neighbor or your friend to come on. They don't have to go through like a massively complex exchange. It's just simply they partner with something like this and they can put tokens in, and then maybe they don't have a secret recovery phrase to look after initially. Of course, maybe after a few weeks, they get a ledger and they use Soulflare wallet. But in the meantime, these sort of solutions are probably the safest thing to get people involved. And then if they also have the ability to gamble on meme coins, because people do like to gamble, then that could also be a winner. Got some news here for Drift Foundation. Sorry I missed this early on. We have 1.5 days left to vote, and DIP1, this is the link here. So this is Drift Improvement Protocol. Launch Drift Staking Vault and fee discounts for Drift stakers. If you click on this link here, it gives you a little bit of a TLDR, a bit of a rundown. Either way, you can see the vast majority of people are actually going with yes. So let's go ahead and let's vote. So we'll go and connect our wallet. I'm going to turn on auto connect. Okay, so let's go and join and pay that 45 cents worth of Sol. In this wallet, I don't have much drift, 102. And people are going to ask what's the minimum amount of drift you need to actually commit in order to contribute. Well, there's two things. Firstly, in the past, people that are active with voting have been rewarded in, multiple ways. Sometimes another DApp will see this and they'll take a snapshot and they'll reward people. Sometimes the actual DApp will as well. Even if that's not the case, you're still contributing to this actual vision of Web3. So let's go and confirm and deposit these drift tokens. Another thing is they need almost 400,000 more yes votes in order to actually get to quorum. They've had basically no votes, but they haven't actually had many votes at all. Now, this could be due to the fact that you can actually put your Drift tokens into Drift, and then as soon as they're in Drift, well, you can't go and vote with them as far as I'm aware. Anyway, we're going to vote yes. We can leave a comment if we want, vote yes, and go and approve the transaction. And we've done our vote, as simple as that. Jesse's done a thread on 6 hidden Solflare features. So one thing he said is JUP airdrop with Solflare. So if you swap within the actual wallet, then you'll get an airdrop of JUP in January. We don't know if that's going to be the case because, in some ways, I don't think it necessarily will be. However, what he's trying to say here, in my opinion, is it uses JUP as a backend. The next thing is, and this is referring to the mobile app, with your favorite tokens, you can go and pin them to the top. You can also go and close accounts. I've shown you this in a video. But as an example, if we jump into this wallet, I'm sure we'll see something that can be closed. So if we don't have a particular token anymore, like this, we can go and close the account, confirm it, and then we get back the 0.002 Sol, which we'll see in the transaction here. Click on this one, plus 0.002 Sol. The other cool thing is you can actually do limit orders inside the mobile app. So as an example, if you want to buy a meme coin on your phone, like you buy some other and you just think, okay, well, I want to set up some actual limit orders in case it goes up, just so I'm recouping some costs, you can just do that straight in. And there's a few other cool features as well, such as the burner wallet feature, which I'll have to show you. And at present, I'm a little bit bearish on NFTs, but sorting NFTs. Helio, which is a payments provider on Solana, they've launched a major update to Solana Pay on Shopify. Millions of merchants can embrace crypto commerce with an improved payment experience and new blockchain-powered features to elevate the buying experience. They accept hundreds of tokens, have sub 1 second transactions. You can also have discounts for NFT holders and a whole lot of things. So congrats on all that shipping. Now today at 2 p.m. UTC, there's going to be a Cloud LFG launch deep dive. This is with FP Lee and Soju from Jupiter. I've done a massive amount of research into the LFG launch with regards to like the Meteor Vault and, how the curve is set up. So go and watch this video in the meantime. It's 17 minutes and it'll save you hours and hours of research. And with new information from the new AMA, I'll cover that soon as well. Next bit of news. $150 million was just burned in the Sol incinerator. Pretty sure this is a top that will never be topped. So this is very, very crazy. So Andrew Tate officially burned $150 million worth of daddy just like that. Burn says 110,000, but I'm guessing it went up shortly after. Now, that doesn't mean that I want to go and buy daddy or anything like that. The token itself, it's pretty unusual, but whatever. People are interested in, just letting you know someone's burnt a lot. Got some big news for Drip. So Drip is doing really, really well, but Drip is welcoming I Am Stephen Bliss, and he's the artist behind designing the iconic cover art for Rockstar games like Grand Theft Auto and also Red Dead Redemption as well. Just putting this on your radar in case anyone knows of any Solana SVMs that are actually starting to be spun up. So 2 reasons. One, if there's an SVM that's spinning up, probably a good idea to play on it. Maybe there'll be some sort of airdrop. And secondly, we're going to have a few problems with more and more SVMs. So just pointing this out right now. So Marnie talks about this. In the last month, I've discovered close to 10 different Solana SVM L2s. People like to hate on infra plays for good reason, but I wouldn't underestimate the positive second order effects on runtime distribution. It might just be the most important thing for an L1. Now there's plenty of issues here. What this kind of sums up as Ethereum is a slow, but really resilient and sturdy network. And then in order to get around this, people created multiple L2s. These L2s kind of all combined do less transactions per second, as far as I'm aware, than Solana itself. However, the good thing is you can pull in more liquidity, you can attract more dApps. The issue is it's fragmented liquidity. You can't take it from one blockchain to another one without fees or seamlessly or quickly, as an example. So something like that can start to happen in Solana, but there are, as he's gone through, there are definitely problems. And one really important thing is the fact that if everyone's not agreed on something, then we're going to have problems exactly like Ethereum's having. So that's why if there's going to be a layer 2, fine, but there needs to be some sort of standard. And if there's not a standard that allows transactions to kind of go between in some sort of bridge manner or something like that, then we're going to have problems. So as an example, with NFTs. So Solana NFTs, they've gone through so many different changes. There was the original standard and then P NFTs. Now there's core NFTs, and I completely understand why core NFTs exist. The other issue with core NFTs is although they show up in a Phantom wallet, you can't send them out of the Phantom wallet. So just as an example, last week, Aurori upgraded the NFTs to Metaplex Core, and Backpack, Phantom, and others had no idea. As a result, NFTs were stuck until the wallets upgraded. Now, you can actually go to Tensor and you can send the NFT from there, or you can just use Solflare, and Solflare will go and actually send it. Anyway, if anyone knows of really good SVMs that are out, maybe in a testnet environment, let me know in the comments below. And we have a new feature from Camino, much requested. Borrowers can now repay debt with their collateral asset. So how it looks, let's say you want to repay your USDC, you repay with collateral, and you can just repay with whatever you've deposited over here, as opposed to having to withdraw and then swap it with JUP and then put it in. You can just basically do the swap inside the smart contract and repay down the collateral nice and easy. And the last bit of news is go to jup.ag, come up over here and then go to research. And as we can see, this is a proposal for the Uplink working group and the budget. I'm a part of this, so go read through it. If you have any questions, if you want to FUD it, go for it. Just tag me on Twitter with whatever your FUD is. From what I've seen, most people are fully on board. Some people, and I will say this publicly, have no idea the amount of effort that goes into videos. I've seen some very, very rare comments saying something like, someone should be able to do all of this work for $50,000 a year. I would love it if someone could do that. That would be absolutely amazing. That person, if they could do that, would be worth like $1 million a year easily. Anyway, the vote will be going live on Sunday, so make sure either Sunday or Monday you go and vote for. Now your actionables. Claim the W staker role in Discord by doing the Galaxy Quest. Watch my video on W delegation first if you haven't actually delegated any W. Also, watch my video on all the alpha on Sanctum. There's plenty of research into this, and this will set you up really well, in my opinion, for actually getting some USDC into the Meteora vault and working out why I'm personally doing it. Learn Meteora's DLMM pools with a few dollars. Maybe the IO and USDC pool for the next week is worth your while. And of course, DCA Sol on jup.ag and stake it with validator.com. That's all for today. Catch you tomorrow.